Here's Rudolph. Screen pass to Connor. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Watch
hey, wahoo!
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Go. 10-2 sauce. Get it.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth.
Hey, Haywood.
On fourth down, Rudolph. Buying time to his left. He gets this one to Johnson. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Rudolph looking to throw. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On third down, Ingram. 16 yards on that one, and a Raven first. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check, 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 check. Kill, kill, kill.
It's a give to the right, Ingram. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
He's checking. Crash. Safe. Chance.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Watch 98. 98's the mic. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Big edge.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On the run, he'll let this go deep, and that's caught inside the 35. It's a gain of 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go draw play. This is Samuels. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rudolph. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Out of the gun, Rudolph rolling to his right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Rudolph looking to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judah. Now from back at the 9 after that last play. This is third and goal. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Being chased out left. He can run. The football, it's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40, the 30. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
On first down, it's Ingram. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Coming left, it's Ingram. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Tucker's kick is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We got this.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go now.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Oh, he sheds himself free. The 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go. And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On second down, it's Hill. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. Now here's Hill. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 3-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rudolph. And that'll be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rudolph. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bud Dupree. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Running right, this is Ingram. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. Steps away to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vince Williams, his second sack of the night.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a... Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Vince Williams, and it'll be a turnover on downs. After the interception, here's Rudolph. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Matt Judon able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sideline?
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and...
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, Samuels. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's going to take this all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
They'll run on first down. Ingram. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Justice Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the night as the Ravens push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jihad Ward in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And he's going to go down again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now a desperation. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 2nd and goal from the 1.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Back, back, back.
They'll look to run with Ingram, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as the Ravens push further out in front. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to...
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore. It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will not be returned.
Check, ready, 50 yard. Check, 53 is mine. Ricky. Check 99.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
49, check 49, check 49.
Tighten up.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing.
Ingram. 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I like the play action there on 2nd and short, partner. You try and convince those safeties you're going to run for it. Hit them with that play action, looks like a run, and then try and go over the top. Didn't work, but I like the play call.
Watch out.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. SOS. Check nickel.
On first down, it's Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, it's Edwards. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They'll run on first down. Ingram, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Check 13. Check 13.
On 2nd down, it's Ingram, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Check. Switch.
On 3rd down, Ingram, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 5-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Howard. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This is Howard on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Throwing now is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Finish done. 81. Hey, box drop.
From midfield, here's Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz. Now Wentz. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there. That his first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Again, it's Wentz. Caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Flushed out right. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wentz again. Now he's forced out left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 7-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I got one. Kill. Sponge. No.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. But you've told me before, it's great to be an athlete. A lot of great athletes out there. It's good to have instincts, and he has those.
I would take those above athleticism in a lot of cases, because if you know where the ball's going before anyone else can get there and block you, you can make up for a lack of athleticism by being in the right spot at the right time.
And took him down in the backfield with those instincts. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Wentz now to throw. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Mike, here we go. Let's pull me.
On 1st and goal, Howard. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Howard all alone in the backfield on 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility is...
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard taking it in. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Switch gears.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Hey, alert 3. Hey, watch that.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. There goes Mark Ingram. 30. Past the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score in striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you've worked on all week long.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. On first down, Wentz. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 49.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
In your face. Check. He's coming. Double up.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They'll always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the gun, it's Wentz. Dancing to his left. Ertz over the middle. 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Mike, 57. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Into the red zone. Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Watch the pass. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Big ass.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 75 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive, with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Check it out, read.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
25, check 25, check 25. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott on for the extra point.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Back now in Baltimore, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Bang, 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 bang.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, it's Ingram. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Check 53 is mine. Check 43.
Ingram again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll run on first down. Ingram. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On second down now, it's Edwards. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. The Ravens on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Wentz to throw.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, no apologies. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 81, under 10, under 10. Let's go.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Oh, this offense is staying put. They're just 1 for 4 in these situations so far, but they're going again on Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles, and they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go, let's bring it.
Hey, Charlie. Come on now. Come on, split that.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gott, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore,